What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and another spicy one. Is Luna about to turn around and go to the moon? Let's talk about why I think this could be the play of the year. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for all your daily cryptocurrency content and, more importantly, your Terra Luna information. Now, look, 19501 is the current price. We have seen a bit of a sell-off not long ago, but as always, a very good pump on the back of it. We're currently trading 19,534 in and around that 1900 to 2000 mark. Pretty solid volume going through. It is increasing every single day. More and more people are getting involved in this. And for what it's worth, the technical needle is getting ever nearer to that neutral bit. That's about as good as the technical analysis gets. Now, a lot of people are wondering, is this going to go back to the moon? A lot of people thinking, are we going to get back to the $1? It is possible, but it's going to be a pretty long journey. Now, what have we got? Well, I wanted to kind of bring this up to everyone. So Luna Foundation Guard has now dumped 2.4 billion from its Bitcoin reserves in failed attempt to defend the Terra USD peg. So they tried to sell off, tried to maintain the market. The problem you've got at the minute is everybody is wanting to swing trade this product. Everyone is wanting to get into it. Everyone wants to chuck a couple $100 in and get it to the moon. Now, the guard was there to kind of support it, and they have to liquidate it to the entire reserves worth of Bitcoin, a failed attempt to defend the Terra USD peg, which is where the fork concept is coming from, which I did a video earlier. If you can check that out, I'll leave a link in the description down below, but go and have a look at it. But they're talking about forking this blockchain. It's a very smart blockchain. We're going to have a look at what apps are on it in a minute, but they've liquidated some of the assets. There's a lot of big investor money in this. Things like Binance, 1.6 billion, that's now worth something like $3,000, that are going to want to see it survive. A lot of people are saying, you know, let it die. Binance, there's a few other people. I think the leader of Dogecoin has said, you know, it's done, but I don't think it's that case. Right now, people are really, really supporting Luna. People want it to survive. And I think overall, the general feeling in the cryptocurrency market is this one needs to survive. So I wanted to bring that in terms of that attempt to kind of stop the deflation, if you like, of the UST pegging. Now, we do have this, and I wanted to context this because I do think it's important. But what happened to Terra Luna? Now, if you haven't known it, you kind of must have been under a rock. But ultimately, it's on a blockchain built on the Cosmos SDK, a framework that allows developers to create custom blockchains and build their own decentralized applications on top of the Terra for various use cases. So a little bit like Ethereum. Now, again, what happened was people started to sell in huge bulk, and when it sells, it then sells one of the wrapped Luna on the UST Luna to try and keep that peg in the same. That's kind of what went wrong. It ended up in a death spiral, and we are where we are. But what did I think is important here? It just talks around what they build on in terms of the blockchain. The Terra ecosystem contains more than 100 of these natively built projects. These include non-fungible tokens, collections, decentralized finance platforms, and Web3 applications. So you need to understand what was being built on this blockchain. Yes, the price has fallen to pieces. It has. But if people build on this blockchain, it's clearly an incredibly stable blockchain. We all know the challenges of Ethereum, but this could be dead interesting. CoinDesk says, instead of relying on a reserve of assets to maintain their peg, UST is an algorithmically stabilized coin. Involves using smart contract-based algorithm to keep the price of UST anchored to $1. And this kind of goes on and talks a little bit about kind of what happened and all that kind of stuff. It's a tremendously difficult time for everyone affected. The feelings are still raw. So absolutely right. Now, here's the thing. Terra Luna ecosystem. Here's why I think this could be a very good play. And I do think we could see some really strong movements. At the minute, people are swing trading it. There is a ton of opportunity to make a ton of money. Once that's kind of out of everyone's system and we start to just stabilize this, and there's a plan come from Do Kwon, and they agree what it is, just look at all of these projects that are currently built on this protocol. You've got DAOs, you've got other protocols, you've got naming services, you've got, you know, Starter Labs, Orion Money, Nebula, EFT platform. There's just tons of projects that are built on this blockchain. So it's clearly a very successful blockchain. Now, the new blockchain would move over, it would fork, you'd have then the Terra Classic and the new one. Now they could upgrade the blockchain, they could slightly change the algorithm. Tons of opportunity for brilliant projects to go and launch. You can see, look, we've got payments, leverage, DEX, wallets. You know, there's just tons of opportunity that goes on it. So I think a lot of people are writing this project off, and they really shouldn't, because there is obviously a lot of apps, total 114 projects that build on the Terra network. Now, the question is, what are they going to do? When are they going to do it? They're putting it to a community vote. But I think for now, the hype is real. People think they can put $200 into this and make $1 million. It's possible, 100%. But I think we're going to have to look after the people that got into it to start with. But you think of all of these projects on this blockchain, it's an incredibly smart blockchain. It was a $30 billion project before this kind of happened. They get rid of the UST, or they restabilize the algorithmic part of it. I think we're going to see some big moves. I think this one could be a sleeping giant, and I know a lot of people are still bullish, but let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.